The Eldorado Eagles got a stop on 3rd and goal, but it didn't help. Falls City scores first. Let's watch it again. QB sneak. They hurry to the line and get in there. Touchdown. They go up early, 7-0. Let's see what happens on the next Falls City's drive. Here it is. Quarterback again after the Eldorado punt. Quarterback takes it all the way into the end zone by himself. 14-0 at this point. Starting to wonder about the Eagles. Let's play it one more time.
Trammell, go to the next one.
Here we go. Once again, Eldorado had to punt. Falls City, the Beavers have the football. The quarterback's been doing it with his legs. He's got 2 touchdowns already with a quarterback sneak and a big run. Now let's see what he can do with his arm. The long ball, catches it, burns him deep. Eldorado's down 21-0. But don't worry, guys. There's hope. Eldorado scores, gets on the board. Let's check out the play. A long one here. Goes all the way across the field. Touchdown. 21-7. Stay tuned for more. This is Cover 1 Live. All right, guys. So we're back. It is Cover 1 Live. We're here with another playoff football game. We have tonight the Falls City Beavers taking on the Eldorado Eagles. We've been following Eldorado all season long. This one's it. It's 21-6 right now.
Who say they want it? Who say they ready? See, you might not like it, but you gon' respect it because this is West Texas.
And welcome in, boys and girls. Manny, Diaz here for San Angelo Live. Cover 1 Live, only on sanangelolive.com. And right now we are in a ball game. Trammell, updated score from Eldorado Falls City?
Right now it's 21-6. There is a minute 33 left in the first quarter. So, yeah, there's been a lot of action early. Expect it to keep going, and maybe Eldorado can come back.
Yeah. In a very good game right now. It started off a little shaky, but here come the kids from Schleicher County in a very good football game. Hopefully these guys have enough to keep it going because the last game we saw kind of was a stinker. Jim Ned, Brock, 70-25. Brock knocked off the Class 3A Division I defending state champions. All right, folks, we welcome in our next, I guess, one of the guys he's just the lifeblood of the show. He's our Bobcat connoisseur. He's Mr. Ryan Chadwick himself. Keeps us going each and every week with Bobcat coverage, but now he's transitioning to some Eldorado Eagles. Chadwick, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, you know, we gotta just pick up the pieces, move on once our team is out. You know,
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, anywho, Ryan Chadwick joining us this evening as we kind of keep you going with anything and everything that is Eldorado Eagle football. We're going to keep you updated on a very big game out in Sweetwater between Brady and Lubbock Roosevelt, along with Sterling City and Westbrook in a rematch of a regular season rematch that we saw earlier this year in which Westbrook beat the Eagles, the defending Class 1A Division I state champions. We'll visit that game here momentarily, get you caught up on some scores. But I tell you right now, this Eldorado Falls City game, a very good game to say the least. And yeah, we're certainly getting our money's worth right now. We have boots on the ground in that game there, gentlemen. So far, that one's a little too hot there. So far, how much? I guess let's go to you, Chadwick. Did you expect for what we're seeing so far with Eldorado? Do you expect them to kind of come back and make a ball game of this?
Well, I mean, if we've taken a look at what we've seen in the playoffs so far, Eldorado has kind of started slow every single week. So hopefully this is just indicative of that same kind of theme, you know, because, you know, in the first round, they were down for pretty much the entire game. So let's hope that their defense wakes up. I mean, the first quarter looks like it just ended. So, like, let's see as the game goes on, let's try to get a couple stops and then put some drives together and get back in this game.
Alrighty, I like it. I like the analysis there. That's what Chadwick brings to the table. Meanwhile, Matt Trammell, what are you watching? Are you seeing anything right now?
Well, it's the end of the first quarter. Falls City is driving. They're at about the 40-yard line. We'll show you the last play that happened at the end of the first quarter. This was the end of the buzzer right here. Falls City, they like to run the football. They like to do a lot of motions in the backfield. Here's just another perfect example of that. But Eldorado's there. Not a huge play, not a huge break-off right there. It did get them the first down, though. So 1st and 10 for Falls City as they start the first quarter.
Okay, so Eldorado climbing back in. That's all we can really hope for at this point. Keeping it interesting.
Yeah, you see how many misdirections they have. They have 4 people back there moving, and he hands it to the last guy that runs by him. So you don't really know who has the football. And by the time you figure it out, he may be 3 or 4 yards down the field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's okay.
Well, and typically whenever you have an offense that runs that kind of style, you have to be really disciplined in whatever your positional role is. So let's hope that Eldorado can kind of lock down.
Okay. All right, so we'll kind of patiently wait and see what other update that we can get from this one here momentarily. All right, so all of our highlights tonight, we have a collection of sponsors of our regular season sponsors. We're bringing them in our postseason coverage tonight, so you'll see a lot of these guys: the Angelo Bolts, the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Deersky and Deersky, the Real Estate Professionals of Texas, along with La Esperanza, WW AFCO Steel, and Angelo Bolt. So glad to have, and along with Nuke's Eatery. In fact, before we get to anything else, I know Trammell's kind of, he's checking out a few things in this game, but how about we get to some of our pick of the night? Because this one, I think, what do you say, gentlemen? Let's just check it out here.
I think it's going to be a little one-sided. What
do you think so?
I don't know.
Well, let's see what we got here. So these are our picks for the night. A lot of us,
rocking with the hometown heroes.
Yes, rocking with the kids from Schleicher County. Trammell, give us why you decided what with the kids from the Eagles tonight.
I have been with them the whole time. I tell you what, me and the Eldorado Eagles, that's my team around here. I don't have a team. I'm not Ryan Chadwick with the Bobcats. I'm not Manny with the Cougars. I roll with the boys in green over there in Schleicher County, and so far they've been doing me pretty well, except for, that one time. But we're not going to talk about that. So,
yeah.
But other than that, I'm rocking with them. Their quarterback can throw the ball very far. They can score a lot of points. So they're down right now, but I believe that they can score a lot of points. They're, easy enough. 2 points, 2 touchdowns, boom.
Chadwick, you're rolling with the Eagles tonight?
Yeah, and just to double up on what Matt was saying, I picked the Eagles because of how fast they can score. They're a very explosive team. The quarterback's very talented, and he likes to put up big numbers through the air. So whether it's through the air or on the ground, I expect Eldorado to put up a lot of points tonight, and let's just see if their defense can make a couple stops.
Definitely. All right. I like the Eagles as well. I'm rocking the throwback Cedric Benson, Midland Lee Rebel uni tonight. So hopefully we can get a blast from the past. What's going on tonight there in Austin, Texas, as the Eldorado Eagles square off against the Falls City Beavers for the right to advance to the regional final next week in the Class 2A Division II Texas High School Football Playoffs. All right, Trammell. Do we have anything else to go to in the meantime?
It's 4th down for the Beavers, Manny. 4th down. The Eldorado Eagles finally got the stop they needed, but it looks like Falls City's going to go for it. Let's see what happens.
All righty. Here we go.
Team that runs the ball a lot. They only need 5 yards. That may be what they do. Let's see. Sends one in motion. He's going to fake the handoff there. Pass all the way. Has a guy right up the middle. It's going to be a 1st down for the Eagles. They wanted it to be a no catch. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Let's take a look at that one more time.
They're saying it hit the ground.
It looked like he kind of, I don't know. From this angle, it does look like he may have caught it. It looks like he may have secured it underneath, but that's
the refs agree. So 1st down, Beavers.
Trammell, how about we let's see, we'll come back to the desk here, And have we gotten another highlight
Yeah,
with that?
there's another update.
Okay, so we'll come back, load us up. We'll get to that one there. It looks like Fall City is driving at the moment. They're doing something. They're up to something there. Trammell, what do we got here?
Here he goes. Right after that 4th down, we get a touchdown. Here it is, and this one's a run all the way. Hands it to the fullback. He hits the hole hard. Receiver blocks all the way down to the goal line, and it's a touchdown for the Beavers with about 8 minutes left in the second quarter. It's going to make it 28-6.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, let's kind of dissect this one here. Chadwick, tell me what you see out of this play here.
Well, first off, Manny, like the fact that they even got Fall City into a 4th down situation is already improvement on the first couple of drives. So it looks like that they're turning things around a bit. But it just looks to me that they're just getting shoved around on the defensive front. So, I mean, that's one of those weight room situations, you know, like you really got to dig your heels in if you're going to be stopping a run right up the middle on the goal line like that. Maybe send a linebacker to fill that gap next time, you know.
Man, oh man. Okay, so 28-6, the updated score right now from Cedar Park, Texas, as we come back to the desk here. Man, gentlemen, what a game so far. This has become very interesting, to say the least. Hopefully this is... We saw Eldorado get on the scoreboard earlier following a Fall City score. Maybe they got something left. Trammell, what do you think?
Here we go. We got another update.
Okay, let's check it out.
All right, this is what we've been talking about. They can score fast in a hurry. Covarrubias throws a dime. Right there, that's going to go all the way to the house for a 75-yard touchdown.
Dang, look at that one there. I mean, just beating his guy right out of the blocks.
With a nice catch, too.
Yeah, fantastic catch. I tell you, if there's a guy that can put it right in the bread box, it's Corbin Covarrubias. Look at that. What a throw. Trammell and I, we've been raving about this guy all season long. Imagine what he can do on the baseball diamond. If you were to put him anywhere, well, Trammell and I have already had the discussion. Where would you put him?
That looks like a shortstop right there.
Shortstop? Trammell and I were thinking center field.
I mean, that'd work.
It would. I think he could go either way with that.
Oh yeah.
What a dime! That's top of the line.
Now put him on the mound.
Look at this route though. Look at this route though down here. When he cuts, he had him broken down. There was no safety over the top. All man coverage. That's what happens.
It was a fantastic cut.
Oh.
Fantastic cut. Let's see. So that
did
makes
they get the
it
extra point?
No. So
28.
2-point conversion, no good. 28-12. Fall City, about an 8:24 left in the first half of play there. All right.
Fireworks, guys.
So that's what I'm saying. Like we see their defense get one stop, and all of a sudden it's a one-score game again.
Yeah. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think I think for these guys, as long as they remain in striking distance, that's what truly matters. If they can get to the fourth quarter down to touchdown.
It's only a two-score
at
ball
least
game.
Maybe down 10, a possession and a half like that. I think they're good. I think they'd be solid with that. So let's kind of see. We'll kind of see what happens down the stretch of this one here. So in the meantime, for one, it's a history type of. It's been a history-filled type season for the Eldorado Eagles. Tonight. They're looking to make some history to become the first Eldorado team to win a third-round game. That's pretty cool because last week they joined two other teams in Eldorado football program history to win a second-round football game, the 1937 Eagles and the 1950 Eagles. We'll hear from three members of the 1950 team coming up at halftime. What a fantastic story. And some really interesting stories that they shared with us. It was a lot of fun just to hear from those guys. So in the meantime, it looks like we do have an updated highlight right now. 28-12, Eldorado trailing Fall City in the second quarter of play. Trammell, let's get to some more goods. What do you say?
All right, so the Beavers, they're running all over Eldorado right now. It's 2nd and 5. At about the 35-yard line, 34-yard line. This one's just a speed option all the way. Pitch it to him now. Get some more space.
Oh.
all the way past the 50-yard line and didn't get him out for a little bit there at the end. Check it out. So that's the triple option right there.
Sheer size
This
on
is
that
it.
team. I mean, look at that QB1.
He never went out of bounds. Look at that, man. He kept fighting, got about 4 more yards. He's actually going to go out at the 40.
And that right there is why you preach discipline and wrapping up and whatnot, because you have instances where you just try to hit stick him out of bounds.
That's exactly
and
right.
that's what happens.
Tried to hit the hit stick, and as you can see, it didn't work out too well.
That guy was a bowling ball.
Yes.
Look at him. He didn't care. He wanted all of it.
Yikes. All right, so let's come back to the desk here. We'll see how this drive develops for Falls City. And, mind you, I had a chance to chat with Eldorado head coach John Long on Tuesday morning, and I asked him, how equivalent is this Falls City team to like a team that the Eldorado's already played, perhaps like a Cristobal? And he said they're very similar in terms of like the size of their running backs. He said their core. Obviously, you can see Falls City QB1 is a lot bigger than Kyle Lohman, but he did say that Jacob Fava might be a skosh better than this Falls City running back. So that's, if anything, Eldorado's kind of seen something similar to this. Maybe not to that extent with size, but it's very similar. All right, Trammell, what do we got? Anything that's the developing that you've seen from Cedar Park?
Not yet. Still first down and 10. It's about 6:50 left. So.
Alrighty, so
6:50
6:50 left, 28-12, Eldorado trailing Falls City. We
already playing a little better in this second quarter, because remember the first quarter gave up 21 straight points.
Yeah.
So already playing a little better.
Trammell, if we can we serve up the last Eldorado touchdown, because that was a pretty exciting score. For all the folks that are kind of just getting caught up with this right now, 28-12, Eldorado trailing Falls City in this one. Well, we're going to show you Eldorado's last touchdown. And mind you, this one was pretty exciting. We've seen Falls City kind of get involved in this game in terms of, being a little bit more physical, perhaps a little bit more physical than Eldorado tonight. But Eldorado, they run that spread offense, and they run it with so much finesse. Corbin Covarrubias, just a cat that can just throw it a country mile, it seems like. And that guy just so good whenever he has the football in his hands. Trammell, that is it right there. That is it. All right, so let's show you that last touchdown that Eldorado was able to get in the end zone. Check it out. Falls City, Eldorado from Cedar Park, Texas. Trammell, take us away.
All right, here we go. Just the long ball, fakes it one way, looks off, goes the other way, right in the breadbasket. Can y'all look up number 8 for Eldorado? That's who caught this ball. I mean, he burned him right out of the gate. One move, just wasn't even a complete post route, just kind of gave him a head nod, got past him.
That's all he needed. And beat him right out of the blocks in that one there, which was very, very exciting.
I mean, he threw that thing from about the 20-yard line, and it landed at about the 35. He threw it every bit of 40, 45 yards in there.
Did y'all get the name on that?
Number 8.
Nino Tambunga.
Yes.
Nino Tambunga with the snag and the long run, pretty quick.
Yep. That was pretty quick indeed, and now they scored. All right, coming back to the desk here, and what a game. 28-12, Falls City leading Eldorado. It looks like perhaps Eldorado defense maybe bending, not breaking completely, as they're setting up here for a third down. Trammell, what do you say we go back out to that game there?
Let's do it. So it's 3rd down and 4. They really need to get the stop here. They're about the 40-yard line, 35-yard line. So this may be 4-down territory. We'll see what happens. Tries the handoff. Quarterback's just going to keep it, but they're going to wrap him up. He's not going to get the first down. Eagles get the stop. Let's see what happens if they punt or if they go for it.
Yeah, that's the big question here. Chadwick, if you're Falls City, what are you doing? I mean, armchair quarterback this thing for me right now.
If I'm on the 35-yard line and I'm playing at a 2A high school, I'm going for it on 4th down.
Oh, yeah. And especially, you're up by 2 scores anyways, and you're at the 35-yard line.
Like,
Yeah, it's time to go in for the kill.
Right. Like, the more aggressive you are in the first half, the better at that point. So I definitely go for it.
I
So
agree.
that quarterback barrels his way, gets to about the 35, but not going to be good enough for the first down.
All righty. Okay, so we saw a stop on 3rd down for the Eldorado Eagles. We're hoping to see another development here in the next few moments. And, well, I think we may have that. Trammell, are you seeing this update here? Very last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Confused about it. Okay, we'll play it.
Is it what I think it would be? It doesn't look like that.
No.
Anywho, well, we give you. Let's go.
Let's see what happened. I guess this was 4th down here.
Okay, so we'll go back out to there really quick. Let's do that. Bolo.
All right, it's 4th down. They gotta only need about a yard or 2. That's pretty much how this offense rolls. If you get 3 yards, you're doing pretty good. Hands it to the fullback, swallowed up. So, not really sure how this is gonna turn out.
Well, it looks like Trammell. It did turn out pretty well. We do have an update. We can give the folks an updated score. We'll come back here, and that was it turned out to be that if Fall City would get on the scoreboard, it is now 35-12. Beavers leading the kids from Sliker County in this one right now in the second quarter of play. So we'll kind of see. I mean, it's about 4:05 left in the second quarter. Chadwick, I mean, this Fall City team appears to be very physical in a sense that, maybe, I guess, overpowering, so to speak, this Eldorado squad.
Well, it looks to me that, like, they're not getting any of their touchdown, drives going with like, big plays. So, I mean, if they're just running it down your throat, then there's just only so much you can do. But that's when, like, especially when you're in a shootout like this, you got to start trying to create a turnover to get a stop. You know what I mean? So, like, they've forced a couple 4th downs now, and so, like, maybe if they force one just a little bit earlier in the possession, then it'll be a little bit better. But, like, it's always tough when a team has success dominating on the line of scrimmage, because then, like, at some point you're going to start getting tired, and things just are always harder when you're just a little bit more tired.
Yeah, no, without question. So,
And this Fall City's offense, they're kind of like, like those great wall teams that we see, that real hard, that triple option, that we don't want those long plays. Fall City doesn't want those 80-yard run plays. They want to beat you 3-4 yards at a time, and they want to just grind you down so that way when it's the 4th quarter and they need to score, it's nothing.
It's pretty much at will, and they can control the clock that way as well.
I don't think they've gotten one stop yet tonight.
No.
Just 5 straight touchdowns.
Trammell, it looks like we do have an update. Do you care to go to that? Do you see it?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, so we'll bring that down. We'll do this. And
Once again, the Eldorado offense we already know is electric. Here's another reason why COVER1 is just throwing it deep to his man again. Look at that. Same guy, same place.
Tambunga.
That's about the same route, too. Just sneak right behind them all. Boom. Hey, if you can just keep up with them, maybe you get a few stops down there.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's when you got it. You got to create a takeaway.
Yeah, but you got to start. What you got to do is you got to start getting your extra points.
Oh, yeah.
You might get down a touchdown by just extra points.
Yeah.
As far as this thing's going.
That's big time showtime play by from Covarrubias and Tambunga. These guys, I tell you, Covarrubias is such an exciting type of player. I mean, the Eagles obviously never out of it when he's on the field. And as you can see right here, if you look down the rest of this play here, we have 2 guys right here on Cooper Metter, number 3. They know who Cooper Metter is. We saw him a lot in the opening round of the postseason. And apparently they know who he is. Double coverage down the stretch of that one. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Cooper Metter and how they able to defend him tonight, because if that guy gets going, that is one guy that Fall City does not want to get going by any stretch of the imagination. Just a little bit of space, adios, vaya con Dios, game over, so to speak. So that should be interesting to see what happens in that one there. All right, so 35-12 right now. Falls City leading Eldorado. It appears that the Eagles, they are driving. They're knocking on the door. Trammell, I think you have something else for us. What do you say?
Let's go back out there, Manny. COVER1 is just the man back there. He can throw the ball.
Real deal, Holyfield.
But don't worry, he can also run the ball. A little Kyler Murray-esque right there. Cutting it up the field, getting it all the way to the 18-yard line, guys. They're in the red zone.
Okay.
Check it out again. Look, sets it up, looks forever, and then finds his way. Oh, yeah.
All right, so I think this is a unanimous decision here. What we would have to say, what we would like to see, they've got to get a turnover.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a turnover has to happen.
They have to take care of the ball, and they have to create a takeaway.
Yeah.
They got to get in the end zone as well, guys.
They got well first, yeah, no, exactly right.
We got to get in the
they
end
got to
zone.
get
on
in the
this
end
drive.
zone, but I think moving forward, they've got to find a way to get a stop, or because to play shootout with these guys, you're not getting any defensive momentum. I mean, it could be all for naught
Definitely.
at that point. So, all right,
I'm down to see 70-70.
70-70. Yeah, 70-70 wouldn't be bad. We'll take that. We'll take that over 70 over 25 any day of the week. All right. Well, I like what we're seeing here because, well, let's show you another Eldorado touchdown. How about that? A new, maybe? Are we there? Are we close to it?
We're close to it.
Okay.
I didn't know they got in.
Yeah, check
Manny
that.
spoiling.
Check that out. So
spoiling?
I'm watching what you're putting down there, Trammell.
Here we go. Takes the snap. COVER1 finds his man almost in the end zone.
Okay, so
down
just
about the 1 yard line.
Just dropped shy of the goal line.
Yeah, just about the 1 yard line.
He's within the 5 yard line there.
Oh yeah, I would say probably about the 1. I think give a
Okay.
little more like weight room stuff, like Chadwick said. Maybe get in there for that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, don't discount the weight room when it comes to high school football.
Absolutely
Biggest,
not.
strongest
Heck
team
no.
wins. Yeah.
All right, to the next one.
Okay, let's see. All right, we'll come back here. All right, Trammell, if you want to load that up there,
Yeah, because I think I gotta mess with it here.
we got to do something. We got to do something else with that. All right, so we're seeing right now Eldorado trailing Falls City 35-12, and it appears that they are knocking on the door. Let's kind of show you what happens on this next play here in the drive. Let's kind of take it back to Cedar Park, Texas.
All right, so Eldorado has the football, tries to run to the outside, fumble.
Oh, no.
The Beavers get the football in the end zone. Looks like they're going to get it on the 25. They were so close.
Gosh.
And that's exactly what I was just talking about. You got to take care of that ball. You're never going to get in this game.
With the poke out right there. Tried to reach across to get in the end zone, but it ends up getting poked out.
Well, Trammell, I tell you what, if you run that play one more time, and I'll cue this one up because I see your Eldorado turnover, and I'll raise you a Falls City turnover. How about that?
All right, let's see it.
All right, so here, Falls City with the rock in their next drive. Eldorado defense looking to do something. Well, there they go, getting a turnover of their own.
Oh, my gosh.
Eldo football. How about that?
Wow, on about the 6 yard line. What? How did he fumble that?
Let's take a look. We'll stop it right here. Let's see. So, here's the Q. It looks like it's.
Yeah, the QB just got tackled. He stripped it out.
It was stripped out. Eldorado football. How about that?
It actually may be closer. Maybe more on like the 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what a response by Eldorado. That's exactly what
tell
you
you.
needed. Like that's what you call making up for a mistake, right? So I mean, we would have liked that after another touchdown, but
Yeah.
hey, whatever it takes.
We'll take it. All right. So, we're seeing the kids from Sliker County rocking with a little momentum here. Trammell, were we able to get in the end zone here?
Let's see.
All right, so let's go back to Cedar Park, Texas. Let's see if they can cash it in for 6.
Usually it's the pass, but this time, hand it off to your running back. Get a little outside zone action. Get in space. Barrel your way. Oh, that wasn't it, but he got all the way to the 2-yard line.
Tell you what, Trammell, run that back one more time, and let me load that one up.
Yeah,
over
this
here.
is the one right before it, though, guys. Stay tuned. We're about to get the touchdown. This is a little outside zone. It almost got in. It's like number 6 here may have missed a block.
All right, so Eldorado coming off the turnover, able to get one here. All right, let's get to
the next one.
Here, Eldorado now following that play in which they were stopped just a little shy. Is this it? Is this it?
Oh, yeah.
That's not quite
Here,
it.
go to me. Go to me.
You
go
got
to
it?
me.
You got it? You got it?
Yeah, go to
Trevor?
me.
All right.
Here we go, Coverubius. He's the man. Y'all already know how he's going to do it. He's going to do a little run. He's going to do a little pass. Here it is. Looking down. Tries to find someone. Jump pass. Catches it. Touchdown, Eldorado.
play.
There it is.
That just looked like a little backyard football there. He rolls out to his right. Pump fakes.
Fine. The jump ball. That's Tebow-esque right there. The jump ball.
I tell you, you get them playing like that, game over, man.
Hey, and look at Coach right here. Coach is trying to call the timeout. He wants the timeout.
Did not like the formation. Did not like what he was seeing.
Well, here's why.
Yep.
Touchdown, Eldorado. What is that going to make it? Did they get to 2?
They did not.
So,
All right.
updated score.
18?
35-18.
35-18. Buck 14 remaining in the opening half of play. Okay.
You can't have that though. Like at this point, like they're already halfway to being down by another score.
At least get your 1, I guess.
Yeah. So 35-18.
A lot of action.
Yeah, plenty of action as the eye can see. 35-18. Eldorado trailing Fall City right now. About a buck 14, minute 14 left in the second quarter. My goodness, what an exciting football game. If only Eldorado can find a way to get another turnover. Chadwick, how badly do they need another turnover right now?
I mean, it'd be great to have a quick turnover right before halftime, but at this point, they just need to stop them from scoring. You know what I mean? Like let's get the defense some confidence. Let's actually get a stop, and so like we can go into halftime, and because who starts out with the ball in the second half?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because if it's Eldorado here, that's huge because you can make it a 1-score game again if you stop them and then go take the opening possession for a touchdown.
I think Eldorado may get the ball, if I'm not mistaken, to start the second half, because I think Fall City may have started the game with the rock. Am I mistaken here?
I am the way that it's looking to me. This was the very first highlight we got, and it was a sack by Fall City against.
Okay,
so well then I will say it's even doubly important for Eldorado to get a stop right here because
you don't want to get double dips.
They need to they don't exactly they don't need to be double dip.
It's the basketball equivalent of a 2-for-1.
Yep.
Heading down the stretch of 30 seconds left in the...
Except it's more important in football because that 2-for-1 can kill a team or it can make you come back that easily.
Yeah,
that's why most people defer because that's such a valuable asset is just to get the ball at halftime.
Right.
I mean,
right.
It literally will end up being the difference between 49-18 and 35-18. You know what I mean? So like Eldorado's explosive offense couldn't touch the ball for like 2 more touchdowns if they don't get a stop right here.
Right. So no, you're exactly right, Chadwick. So. Whew, what a game. 35-18. Eldorado trailing Fall City in the second quarter of play from Cedar Park, Texas. Down there just outside of Austin, Texas, of our wonderful state capital. And, winner of this one, gentlemen, is going to get Burton or they're likely to get Burton. Burton is the favorite to win tonight in this game. And Burton, mind you, was the team that beat Christoval in the opening round of the Class 2A Division II playoffs. Burton, mind you, this is a weird deal because I don't even know why they're in the postseason to begin with, because it feels like it was almost like they cheated to get in. They had a kid, they were playing with an ineligible player, They had to forfeit 7, 8 games?
8 games.
8 games.
And they still got in the playoffs for
and
some
still
reason.
managed to get into the postseason. And then, so they were going to be a 1 seed. They dropped down to a 4 seed. Cristobal had to play that 1 versus 4, Cristobal being the 1. And it was just a weird game. Didn't like it, and I hate that Cristobal had to play them that early in the postseason.
Well, not to mention that Cristobal lost on a heartbreaker too. So as a guy who was rooting for the Cougs from the beginning, man, that one was gut wrenching for me. I was just like, these guys don't even deserve to be here.
No. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
If you want to see a really hot take about that, just ask James.
Oh yeah, Bellini
Bellini
will go off on you.
Yeah, you can't even probably ask him on the air because we'll have to get the cussing. We'll have to get the bleeps out. Man.
Yeah, Bellini get pretty choked up about that. I mean, it's rightfully so. I mean, he's a guy that's a passionate cat.
Oh yeah, he's a passionate cougar.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
For sure. All right, Trammell.
Back to the action.
Back to the action. Yes, sir.
Here it is. Y'all asked for the stop. Here's 3rd down for the Beavers. And guys, you are about to see what you asked for. Here's quarterback tries to run this one himself, but guess what? Gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard, but it's going to bring up 4th down, and they're probably going to have to punt.
Well, how much time's left in the first half?
Well, that's
probably less than a minute.
There's 15
seconds left.
15 seconds left.
That's
so.
all Eldorado needs.
Let's see a decent punt return here. I mean, I don't know what their kicking game's like, but enough for a Hail Mary,
Yeah.
We've seen Covarrubias do some crazier stuff.
Oh, yeah. We already saw it tonight with the long 60-yard, 70-yard bomb.
He's capable.
But, hey, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The defense showed up. They did what they needed to do. Now let's go into the locker room, regroup, talk about what we learned in the first half, come back out strong, okay? I expect to see a much better performance from the defense in the second half after this stop.
Probably so.
Yep. Very good analysis of that there. All right, so let's come back to the desk here. At 15 seconds left, 35-18. Am I getting that score right, gentlemen?
Yes.
35-18. Eldorado trailing Fall City in this one. It's a very good football game. To start this game, Fall City was working with just a boatload of momentum. They were getting in the end zone. What Eldorado spotted them,
21 points.
21 points to start the game. And then finally, Eldorado, it just the light turned on.
Yeah, it clicked.
Yeah. Second quarter, they Eldorado outscored them 18-7. So,
here we go. Yeah, these guys, they're not out of this.
No, it's only 2 scores.
Yeah, they need to start making their extra points.
Yeah.
This score right now should be 35-21. If you just kick that there, and I get the idea or the rationality with going for 2 every time because shoot, you get a couple of those now you're the one creating a scoring balance, right? And some coaches are super aggressive like that, but at some point you got to start making them, otherwise you're just going to have to score way too many times.
Yeah. All right, so things kind of heating up. We're seeing 1 second left. Eldorado has the ball on the 32-yard line.
See, that's what I was saying. Let's go.
Let's see what happens.
Let's
All
go.
we need is 1 second.
Let's see something crazy.
1 second. Which 32 you think?
That's probably the question of the night right here. At least the
Which
question of the
32?
half.
Yeah.
I
honestly think that it'd be better for them to be on the other 32, the far 32.
You think?
Yeah. Because Eldorado, it seems like when they got down into the red zone, it took them a lot to score.
Hey, 32 yards is still 32 yards, though.
Yeah, but what's that, 72 yards? Then you can, get some space.
Right? That. I guess if you're going for the whole backyard football action,
that's
their
forte.
Right? Yeah, you're going to have a couple of laterals and stuff, stretch the field. But I will say,
hook and ladder be awesome.
Yeah, if you want to stretch the field just for a jump ball Hail Mary, though, I'd rather have him on the 32. They got some pretty talented receivers too, so
we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we get the highlight.
Yeah. So, all right, we will wait and see what happens there. With about 1 second left, Eldorado on the 32-yard line, 35-18. I'm sorry, and it looks like it is officially halftime. And Was there a video highlight of that?
Yes, there is.
Okay, looks like we are gonna go to that.
Oh, looks like, guys, it was the
32 going in.
their 32
Oh,
yard line.
gosh.
All right,
What?
let's see what happens.
Let's
Look,
check out the
I
finish.
haven't even seen it. No one has seen it yet. I like to live on the edge a little bit. Let's see what happens. Hail Mary ball. Coverruby is his favorite. Chunks it. It's deep enough.
Oh,
Interception.
well, I tell you,
and
those
a
50
pitch, and now he's pitched it. He's running. He's just going to go out of
Get him out
bounds.
of
So,
bounds.
interception.
Hey, you roll the dice there, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
that's
a
not a
garbage
real
time.
interception.
No, that's
you know?
garbage time, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at that. I mean, that's a realistic play
right? Hey,
that can get in for 6.
like it's just one of those things. It just takes one or two big plays to change the course of a game. So, I mean, the defense at the end of that first half really pulled it together after a pretty atrocious showing in the first. So, let's just keep looking to build off that, you know? Like you got to the point where you had one more opportunity to score at the 32 going in, you know? So, like, the Eagles are going in the halftime with all the momentum. Let's see them bring it back out. Get a quick stop and then a score, you know?
Yep, I think so too.
All right, so 35-18, your halftime score from Cedar Park, Texas. As we're getting one heck of a football game tonight, folks. And this one, as we were just talking about earlier, I mean, Eldorado was giving up all the momentum to the world. They spotted Fall City 21 points to start the game. And here they go, Chadwick. What did they outscore them in the second quarter?
They outscored them 18-7 in the second quarter.
18-7. So, all right. Let's see. So, all right. 35-18, your halftime score from Cedar Park, Texas. We do have a little halftime entertainment for you. In fact, we spent a little time down in Eldorado this week, and as part of our feature of this week, Eldorado, they're making school history in a sense that this is the first time since 1950, 71 years, that they've made it, or won a second-round playoff game. Now they're in the third round. I mean, they're doing all kinds of crazy things this right now in this postseason. So who knows if they can get a win tonight? Next week is certainly a winnable ball game. In the meantime, I tell you what, folks, it's a pleasure to see what how many generations that this Eldorado program is made up of. And it's been a lot of fun watching them. It was a lot of fun kind of discussing what these guys were about. This is our 71 years later. Enjoy.
We started out, at the beginning of the season, and we said, okay, we're going to try to do good this year, and so we just started beating everybody as we slowly going around, and we went to Junction and Sonora and various teams that we had not beaten in a long time. We were able to do so.
We toured a lot of the country back then in scheduling football, and we had some good teams. In 1950, we went all the way, and that was a good feeling on everybody's part.
Well, it was good. It was always good to win, That was the winningest ball club that we had ever had, I suppose, at that time. And you felt good about getting to play, and winning, that doesn't build character, but you can do without character if you can win enough,
My name is John Phillips. I grew up in Eldorado, Texas, played football there, and enjoyed every minute of it. Well, during that time, I started my freshman year and played 4 years, and I played tackle every year. They tried to run me at fullback, something like that once in a while, but I never did make that. But we had a good team. We had a lot of dedicated players, and that's what made it so much fun.
I'm Lynn Griffin and graduated from high school in Eldorado in 1954. Good years. If I were to play the way we played, I'd get benched, or maybe kicked off the field. It was a little different kind of a game, but still I think it's better today than it was whenever I was going it, because there's so many injuries that happened then that are still a problem for the people. But the football was the good times, even though sometimes your nose would be awful swollen up, and your teeth are hurting, but when you got over that, you're ready to do it again, It's pretty habit for me.
My name is Jimmy Doyle. I played on the 1950 by-district regional football team. I was a freshman that year. And, some of them older, like John Phillips and Truman Biggs and Glenn Biggs and various ones older than they carried the load. Myself and Lynn Griffin, we were the freshmen that made the team.
I could name off the ones that I thought was just the exception is Gerald Hicks. He was a gifted guy. From what I understand, he was a quarterback for Eldorado. When he graduated from high school, he went to Sul Ross and took the quarterback's position away from him. Quite an ordeal. He was real fine, but it wasn't just football, it was anything. He is a winner.
Well, Gerald Hicks was probably one of the best quarterbacks in the whole district, and H.E. Nixon was just fantastic. He could kick a ball from anywhere through the uprights, nearly on kickoff, and Gerald Hicks was just phenomenal. He could just spin around and hide the ball and hand off to somebody, and nobody would know where it was. And it was and that's what made it so good.
I don't have any detailed. That's been a long time ago, and we enjoyed it. We never let them forget after that, and they didn't like being reminded. But the Edens and the other teams that we played, Sonora and Menard, we took them for a cleaning every time we played them that year.
I was just talking to John there, and what impressed me more than anything, when we beat Eden and we were leaving on a Greyhound bus. And these people had little piles of rocks, and they sure did play a number to the bus, and we were lucky to get out without not having knocks on our head, because they took it serious. They really did. But that's about all. It was a hard game to win. There were several real good teams in our district, and of course it made it competitive, and it made it good, and it made a better player out of everybody,
Pick up where we left off last week, returning these to the house. It was on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Well, of course, we're very proud of them. I would look for them to maybe break our record, and that would be great. They have the facilities to do it in, and they have the players to do it in. And so far this year, they're having a real good year.
Oh, it's fantastic. I think it's great. I commend them. They're doing a wonderful job. They've put Eldorado on the map, and I hope some of them get to go to college ball or whatever, but I think they're doing a wonderful job.
You want to see them win as bad as you wanted yourself to win. It does. Maybe even more so. You see new staff are coming, and hopefully it will work for a few years, You can't expect to win everything all the time, And that's just the way it is.
Such a wonderful, wonderful story. 71 years later, to see members of that 1950 Eldorado Eagle football team, I consider myself one of the lucky ones here in West Texas to be able to tell some of these stories. Not only that, but to just meet some of the most interesting people in West Texas. Those three gentlemen, certainly Lynn Griffin, my goodness, his story of how when Eldorado faced off against Eden, the Eden folks were so mad that they were just chunking rocks at the Greyhound bus as Eldorado was getting on the bus. It was so much fun just listening to him. It was like he was just reliving that all over again and how he was just describing it. So that's the kind of stuff that we enjoy doing around here at San Angelo Live, and that's why quite frankly, we consider ourselves one of the better media outlets around here, because we're able to get and tell some of these stories, and that's what truly makes us who we are. In the meantime, hey, how about a wrap up of some of the scores from around West Texas and the state of Texas, because we had some barn burners today and some upsets. Wouldn't you say, Matt Trammell?
Oh, Manny. You have no idea. It's been crazy all day long. Whether it's 6As, 1As, or anything in between. Let's check them out. Deersky & Deersky Realtors brings you the scores page. Go to sanangelolive.com/scores for more. Galena Park North Shore continues their run. They're trying to get to another state championship. 26-20, they win over Katy Tompkins. All right, Lake Travis, United South, 35-19. Lake Travis wins that one. Katy, C.E. King, 41-24.
I tell you, Katy and Galena Park North Shore on a collision course. We're likely to see that in the next round, or certainly very, very soon.
Austin Vandergrift versus Robert Villa. Austin
yep.
Vandergrift, 38-14. They win. Austin Westlake just continues their roll as well. PSJA North couldn't even get on the scoreboard. 56-0. Austin Westlake. Pado versus Cedar Park, 65-14. Cedar Park loses that one. College Station gets a win today over Wakeland, 45-35. Denton Ryan, Longview. This one was close. Woo! Went all the way down to the end. 37-33. Denton Ryan. Corpus Christi's Veteran Memorials. Just put it on McAllen's Memorial. 35-0. That was a beatdown. Lubbock Cooper, they beat Grapevine this either today. I think that was today. 27-7. Lubbock Cooper wins. Aledo, this is one of the ones of the upsets right here. They lose to South Oak Cliff, Manny, 33-28.
That's probably the upset of the entire weekend, if you will, because Aledo, the number one team in Texas, defending Class 5A Division I state champion. Ooh, baby.
Lose to South Oak Cliff, 33-28. El Paso Cantillo versus Wichita Falls Rider, 28-7. I think that's maybe one of the last El Paso teams alive.
Yeah. I mean,
they're done.
West Texas is kind of just running short. I mean, they're
falling apart here, 28-7. Springtown, Andrews, this one was Monday, 43-33. Andrews falls in that one, but, of course, the tragic news. Yeah. So, hearts go out to that guy. Those guys. Dumas versus Wichita Falls Hershey. Another West Texas team loses 41-22. The Demons are out. Stephenville, Argyle, halftime score 14-7. Argyle's up, but don't count out Stephenville. They got a really good team this year. Fredericksburg versus Pleasanton. Remember, we broke the news earlier that Fredericksburg's coach was asked to leave today, will not be on the field, will not be at school anymore, was basically fired, as you could say.
Yep.
14-13. Fredericksburg is up, though, in this one.
We're still trying to figure out as to why. I'm not sure if we'll find out tonight, but I'm sure that's going to be uncovered sometime shortly.
Cuero versus Wimberley, 36-26. Wimberley loses 36-26. I think that was played in maybe the Alamo Dome. Aubrey versus Monahans, 42-7. The Lobos, they lose 42-7. Pleasant Grove versus Ford, 17-7. Pleasant Grove wins. Salina versus Snyder, another West Texas team, falls 46-6. Salina wins. Gilmer 56, Van 35. Lorena take on Columbus 62-13. Lorena they're probably going to be on a course to go face Brock in the state championships.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Be on the lookout. Lago Vista versus Edna. Another one that was close down to the wire, 33-29, Lago Vista. Shallow Water versus Whitesboro. Whitesboro 50. They are a 3rd seed. They beat Shallow Water, who 50-25.
Whitesboro will get Brock next week.
That's right. Speaking of Brock, 70-25. If you haven't watched, go check out some of the highlights from earlier today. 70-25, guys. Brock just put it on, Jim Ned. Brock's number 1 in the state, but they knocked off the reigning state champions.
Not many highlights from Jim Ned in that one. My goodness.
Right. West Rusk versus Malakoff. Final 14-12. That's how crucial it is to get those extra points. Dangerville versus West Rusk. 50-28. Dangerville wins. Abernathy, Canadian. These are 2 West Texas teams. So one of them's got to lose. Canadian ended up being the one. Abernathy wins 37-26. Gunter 62, Dublin 20. That one was a blowout. Bells and Holland. That one was close, 21-14. Holland takes that one. There's more scores on the San Angelo Live scores page. Just go to sanangelolive.com/scores. They're brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas.
Whether it's a handyman's dream, a dream home, or perhaps a home on the range, Deersky and Deersky can help you find or sell your next home. After all, everything we touch turns to sold. Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas.
All right, Deersky and Deersky, the real estate professionals of Texas, always taking care of our scores page each and every week this season. Gentlemen, this is, I think, week 14.
I've lost count at this point.
They've, I can't, it's like we see the light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, it's 3 more weeks, so to speak, after this, because you have the regional final, state semifinal, state final. So, yeah, 3 more weeks after tonight, after this weekend, and then, well, no more football until the spring. And then, of course, we go into 2-a-days and what have you. But, I mean, it's been a lot of fun this season. It's so many cool, exciting games that we've seen so far. But
except for the playoffs. I mean, once the playoffs, Manny, they started and it was just blowout Central.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, think about it. We had Central, they lost, blowout. Well,
that was a fantastic.
What
finish.
is the final score to that? Oh,
yeah,
maybe
I mean,
wrong.
it came down. That one came down to the.
That one
very
was
end.
close. Okay, that one was close. Cristoval,
Yeah.
they were close. They lost. Eldorado, they ended up winning. And then we got into week 2 when we started seeing things like, Midland League.
Got to see Legacy just get destroyed.
Oh my god,
that was bad.
I don't think anybody saw that one coming.
And then there was earlier today, we had Brock and Jim Ned. That was even worse.
Like,
Yeah.
what happened?
And I was just like, isn't Jim Ned the reigning state champions? What just happened?
Yeah,
Yeah, but I was saying the Mojo game was pretty dang good. So
yeah.
It was.
we've at least had some close games. We've had some blowouts.
Literally, the Mojo game came down to that fumble, that sack fumble.
Yes,
Oh, that was
that's what that
awful.
came down to. And that,
Oh yeah, killed him.
that was tough because Permian had all the momentum in the world that they were working with. Yeah, Trinity was kind of on the comeback trail,
mean-
but were they able to maybe just advance the ball a little bit more, perhaps maybe even score? That's a very different ball game. Perhaps we're seeing Allen v. Odessa Permian this week instead of Euless Trinity Allen tomorrow night.
And honestly, this is the exact same thing that happened to Legacy against Euless Trinity last year, wasn't it? Like, Legacy had all the momentum in the world, and then
Yeah.
one play, it just changed, flipped it on its head.
And it was crazy because Legacy was leading them at the break, and then it turned into a Euless Trinity third quarter, and then here comes Legacy in the fourth quarter. McKylan Young comes back with this just great kick return, gives Legacy then Midland Lee the go ahead lead, and then they started trading again. And then before you know it, Trinity was just so good down the stretch, and they're so big. They'll always have the size advantage over kids. But, man, what a great, fantastic finish. Great contest. So I'm hoping we have that type of finish tonight. Perhaps where Eldorado's on the better end of things instead of, where they're packing it up and starting basketball on Monday. Hopefully that's not the case.
Couple 3-and-outs and we got this. Couple 3-and-outs. We got this.
Right back in it.
Got to score 3 times though.
Yeah, I mean,
Down 18 now.
like we've seen that Eldorado can score. They just need to score, you know.
Yeah. They need to get those extra points. 18-35. So you're going to need 17 points.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's possible.
Yep, definitely possible. Eldorado's not going to get the ball to start. The Beavers are going to get the ball, so they're going to actually have to get a stop right off the bat, or else that 17, well, that turns into what, 24?
Yeah, well, it's pretty much just going to be the exact same thing that's been happening throughout the second quarter, you know, just trying to stay within that 2 to 3 score range, you know. But every time that, you know, Eldorado doesn't get that 2-point conversion, they fall further and further behind, so we'll see.
Yep. It's going to be interesting. About 3 minutes left. We got about 3:33 left until this second half kicks off.
Yeah. Interestingly, we were talking about this in the during the feature piece, and this kind of made some sense. You know, and it's looking back at that Cristobal-Burton game in the opening round of the Texas High School Football Playoffs Class 3A Division II. You know, because Burton kind of got into this postseason as a 4 seed after having to forfeit 8 games due to an ineligible player. It appeared that he was listing. What was he listing? A Brenham, or no, I'm sorry, a Burton address when he was living in Brenham. And can't do that. They got to live there. You got to live there in Burton. But the whole thing was that it feels like the UIL should have just said, no, you can't go into the postseason because you were cheating for 8 games, you know. And it feels like that game was won in litigation. It was not won on the football field because for one, it allowed Burton to kind of get in that game. So the UIL, I don't know how they whether somebody's watching from Austin, that's their whole deal. But man, did they just totally drop that there. Litigation totally won in that game, which that sucked for Cristobal because here we are. We should be talking Cristobal, you know, Burton. I mean, Burton tonight. That should be played tonight. Should have been played in week 1, and I'll stick to that. And if somebody wants to challenge me on that,
all right,
let's bring it.
All right. So this is kind of what I've been saying to Bellini, who is way more passionate than you are, Manny, about this. He don't like it at all. He wants to fight people from Burton or whatever. My thing is this: if they played it tomorrow, what would be the difference? Didn't Cristobal had all the momentum coming into it? They won a district championship, had all the momentum.
2 weeks of preparation.
What do you think?
2 weeks of preparation. They would have played some lollipop team in the first round. It's just more preparation.
They wouldn't have played. They would have played. Who did Eldorado play last week?
Well, I mean, no. So how exactly Burton's road to the playoffs right now? The road in the playoffs. I think whoever they're playing tonight, whoever Burton has gone on and played, Cristobal would have followed that exact same trend right there. Those exact same teams. And Burton, I mean, they got a pass in this. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they'll likely get to the 4th round of the Texas High School Football Playoffs when they cheated. Come on.
And I mean, I gotta say, like, there is something to be said about show up and get your business done. Like, if Cristobal wants to complain about it and they shouldn't have lost, and hats off to Burton for continuing to win those games even without that ineligible player. But I mean, as a squad who has done everything right, it does hurt a little bit. It's got to sting, because like you go day in and day out. Like, I don't want to call it the moral high ground, but you just do your job, Like the coaches knew what they were doing. Like they do the right thing. They get their guys ready, So, like I can see from the Cristobal standpoint why that's frustrating. But at the end of the day, you got to show up and you got to win football games.
Yeah.
So
if you look though, they would have played. If they would have won, they would have played Bruni. The Burton Bruni score 48-6.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, this okay. Go to the second. I mean, if you look at the second round as well. Who
they would have paid Granger.
Yeah, I mean that's
and that's kind of what I meant when I said It's just a couple extra weeks of preparation. Maybe that game wouldn't have come down to the wire where an extra or a 2-point conversion in overtime,
yeah,
like
30-29,
like decides
that's
it.
the
So,
game.
I mean, like at the end of the day, it was a great game. It's just a game I would like to see in the semis. You know, like
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's gosh.
Manny just said somebody challenged me. I just stepped up to the plate. I don't really have any dog in the fight.
No, man. That I mean exactly what that that Burton their road into this postseason. That was, I think that's what we were in all our production meetings heading into the postseason. That's exactly how we saw Cristobal making its way through the postseason. And then, what was it, the last week?
Literally week 10. Yeah, week 10.
The last week of the regular season, we see everything. We just see like just a wrench being thrown in. It's like, what's going on here?
Well, I mean, that'd be like, for example, McKylan Young lives in Odessa.
Yeah.
But plays for Midland Legacy.
You can't
you can't do that.
Actually, it's kind of like someone living in Grape Creek. Because that's not very far. It's not them living in the other town.
Well, I mean, Odessa
it's not even in a team
Midland
that they play.
are pretty close, aren't they?
Yeah, Midland. I mean, they're what, 20 miles apart?
Yeah.
Oh, you said McKylan Young. I thought you were talking about.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about a Central player. My
Yeah,
fault.
no. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
So we're on the same page
Yes,
there. Yeah.
yes,
It's just
yes.
like you can't do that. Like there's UIL districting for a reason.
Right.
You know, like
Because
it
then
keeps
you
parity.
get the Metroplex.
Yeah, because what's stopping these guys in the Metroplex from just recruiting, saying here,
exactly.
like you
Move
can do
to
whatever
this
you want.
block.
Let's
Yeah.
build a powerhouse. You know, like I
Right.
don't know.
I'm in.
Yep. I think we finally we're all
Right, yeah.
We're all there. We're here now.
It just takes the chances away from the little guys who do things right. So
and they got something. Cristobal, I feel like, and that's just not me being a Cristobal native. That's just me being a fan of Texas high school football and seeing that something got taken away from them. I hope the UIL makes it right somehow. We shall see. I thought Casey Otho, he put together a great team this year, along with the rest of the program there. So it's unfortunate it had to be taken away from them.
Well, if you look at Friendship, right?
Oh my gosh!
Friendship.
Don't get it started on Friendship.
right, like
Friendship,
it's the same. kind
Okay,
of
it's the same thing,
yeah.
right?
Well,
But Friendship wasn't. They never said Friendship. You can't make the playoffs.
Right. Well,
They just didn't win the games to make the playoffs.
yeah,
but
but at the same time, there's only 4 teams in that district. Like Burton was guaranteed a spot, even if they forfeited those 8 games.
Yeah.
You know, like Friendship actually plays in a difficult district.
I'm checking to see how many people are in that district.
All right.
Well, think about it. If you forfeit 8 games,
Standings. Let's see.
All right.
There are. That can't be right.
because there's no way you forfeit 8 games and you get in.
3 teams in this district. That can't be right.
No, I mean, yes, like that's how it goes sometimes. Like no offense to Lakeview, but like they get in every the last couple of years because there's only 4 teams in the district.
All right. When we come back, let's do it this way. When we come back, we're gonna step aside, pay some bills around here. When we come back, the second half of play from Cedar Park, Texas. I'm sure Matt Trammell's got some homework to do on some of that. And nonetheless, stick around. This is COVER1 Live on StAngelLive.com.
For over 70 years, W&W AFCO Steel has fabricated the steel to frame some of the most iconic structures nationwide. From Soldier Field in Chicago to Cal Field, home of the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies and College Station, what begins in San Angelo is impacting America.
And welcome back. WW AFCO Steel, proud presenting sponsor of COVER1 Live here on StAngelLive.com. It is now time for the second half of play as we're kind of seeing things develop just a little bit here from Cedar Park, Texas. So with that said, it looks like some good things are maybe happening for the Eagles. Let's go check that out. Trammell, what you got for us?
All right, we're back. Second half has started, and 2nd down and 1 already. Looks like Fall Cities is already on the move. Handoff right here. Nope. Quarterback keeper. He's going to take it across midfield, get one guy on
Look
the
at that.
ground.
Oh, my gosh.
Powers his way all the way to the 40-yard line. Let's check this out again. He runs so hard downhill, Manny. Don't get in his way. He'll run you over.
That's
a
that
big
weight
old
room.
boy.
Yep, that's that weight room right there. Drive those legs.
Oh, my goodness. That dude's a full-grown man right there.
Let's just get right when this collision right here. Boom,
yeah.
turn it on and just barrel
I mean,
past people. He's knocking down his own players.
It's IHOP all over the joint there. Look at that. Pancakes, pancakes, pancakes. All right. My goodness.
Falls City's driving.
Yep. All right, we'll see how this kind of takes off here in the second half. This is a game right now, 35-18. Falls City leading Eldorado. And this one here, oh boy, what do we got? Trammell, we ready to go back?
Yep. Falls City is continuing their drive. Their offense, it's not no secret what they're going to do. There's another quarterback keeper. He's going to barrel his way in, find some gaps, get another first down, and just continue to work. Possible fumble. Eldorado picked it up, but they're going to say the ball was down. So Falls City is going to continue their drive.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have been huge for Eldorado right there.
Yeah, let's see where it came down.
Oh, we going to go back to that, Trammell?
It's all right. It didn't matter.
Okay, so it looked like Eldorado may have had something there, but that Falls City QB1, this dude,
he's a beast.
I mean, he is. He's a big old boy, and that's, I mean, Falls City's kind of playing it like they should. You know, you get behind that guy, let him get behind his pads, and it's almost like, come and take it. It's like the Gonzalez flag. Just come and take it. Try and stop me, at that point.
Especially with more than a 2-score advantage in the second half. Now, the only person you're playing against is the clock. So keep the ball on the ground. Give it to your guy who you know who's going to produce, and just get behind him.
Without question. Trammell, we ready to go back?
Yeah, let's roll with it. This quarterback is running all over him, tearing him up, Manny. Here it is. Let's see. Fakes the handoff and then just cuts it back. Stiff arms one man all the way down. They are now in the 10-yard line. And just an update, and actually they're on the 2-yard line. It's 3rd and 2.
Oh, my gosh.
So stay tuned. They're either going to get a stop or another touchdown.
Oh, boy. Okay, so 3rd and about 2 to go. So they're what is it, 3rd and goal? I think that's what we can kind of call it at this point.
Yeah, it's 3rd and goal right now on the 2-yard line.
Okay. Alrighty. We'll kind of see how this develops here in the next few moments. It's 35-18. 35-18 Falls City leading Eldorado as we speak. It appears Falls City is just knocking on the door, ready to just dump truck it down, kick it down, and to go up about 42-18. So maybe there is another big stop left in Eldorado. We saw them come up with a turnover to end and down the stretch of the second quarter there in the first half. So maybe there's something else left in there. We shall see. So 35-18. So they get taking it down to about the 2-yard line there. All right, so we're showing, seeing that now Falls City is officially crossed the goal line as they score. We'll wait and see what the ensuing extra point has to offer here. But Chadwick, let's bring you in here. I mean, this. What needs to happen? I mean, we're seeing so much. We were seeing so much momentum from Eldorado to end the first half. Tell us what needs to happen here in the third quarter.
Well, I mean, for Falls City, good teams are just going to, do what they do. So, I'm not saying Eldorado needs to stop them on every possession. It just needs to be a battle. So what Eldorado needs to do is they need to take this next possession, they need to take it down the field and score, and they need to get that 2-point conversion. It's just going to be a battle of attrition in the second half. So if you can chip away and get 1 or 2 stops, like I said, you spotted them 21 points in the first half. You got to find a way to make up for that. And as quickly as these two teams are scoring, like I said, it's not like you have to stop them on every drive, but they just need to keep playing their game plan. That they have to get in the end zone on this next drive, otherwise it's going to start getting out of hand. But just continue to play, continue to claw back, and then hopefully next time you're on the field, your defense gets a stop.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Par for the course there. Trammell, have we seen the score come across the line there yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so Falls City just scored, and it is 42-18 Extra point is good with about 6:15 left in the third quarter of play from Cedar Park, Texas. So far, it does not look promising for Eldorado here. It's one thing to be able to get stops, but it's another to be able to get turnovers down the stretch of this football game here if they want to survive in this postseason. And Fall City, I mean, they're just kind of just operating here. This QB1 looks larger than life. I mean, if there's if there's any way you can I guess draw a comparison to him, it's almost like Catcher Joyner from Cristobal. Catcher Joyner is the kid's just a big kid. He looks like that. The Fall City QB1. So that's kind of what Eldorado's up against tonight. In Fall City, I mean, they're just giving that QB1, giving him the football and letting him run. I mean, it should be no secret of what they're going to do. Wouldn't you say, Chadwick?
I mean, that's like the classic Pittsburgh Steeler mentality, that we're going to run the ball. We're going to run it right down your throat. Try and stop us, So,
well, he not only did that, he stiff-armed kids. He's throwing kids around. He's barreling through there.
Yeah, and I guess if you want a present-day example, it's like playing the Titans and Derrick Henry, It's like he's going to come at you. Try to stop him.
Yeah, no, that's right, because nobody in the NFL really can.
No, they can't. Henry. He's going to get his touches. He's going to get his yards.
All right, so it looks like Eldorado once again has the football, and these guys, they will not go quietly into the Central Texas night. Matt Trammell, are you ready? Are you ready to kind of cue this thing up?
I guarantee you nobody else is ready for it, Manny. Let's see it. Here it is. Covarrubias is doing his thing. Finding the deep ball once again. These guys don't know what they're getting hit with. That's a wheel route out of the backfield, and you're not going to catch him. Goes all the way for an Eldorado touchdown.
I tell you, if they can just get a stop on defense.
75-yard touchdown. They're scoring in only seconds.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying. Like you should, first of all, you shouldn't have spotted these guys, 21 points, but you don't have to stop their Fall City's powerful offense every single drive just because how fast Eldorado can score. You just got to get one or two takeaways.
One or two.
Maybe we can get the 2 point.
Chadwick.
Hopefully we can get the 2 point.
My gosh, what a play! Who is that? Can we see the number on
number
that?
2?
Number 2. Is that Santiago Hernandez?
Oh,
all right.
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, so we'll come.
That was Santiago
Hernandez. He's the guy that had the go-ahead touchdown last week in the final, or what was it? Down the stretch of the fourth quarter against Dehanis. And this guy, he's exciting to watch. He's been a part of this varsity team since he was a sophomore, and still doing things as a senior. So, man, it's no big surprise.
You ain't catching him. He was fast.
Yeah, you're not catching him. That's for sure. All right, so
2 point conversion, guys.
Oh, Trammell, what you doing? You holding out on us?
I want y'all to see this. 2 point conversion.
Don't get my hopes up now.
Covarrubias keeper. Right up the gut. It's good.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we need,
Go.
All right, not quitting yet. I promise you that. The Eldorado Eagles, they're going to fight all the way to the end of this thing.
So what is this, 42-26?
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's actually 24.
No, 26.
I mean, if they got the 2 point conversion.
Oh, yeah.
42-26 is the updated score right now. So
as you notice, I write. I don't work the side of this thing.
It's all good, Trammell. We got you. We got you, baby. All right. So WW AFCO Steel. Thank you to them for all their sponsorship this entire season. So
about 6 minutes halfway done with the third quarter, 42-26. Eldorado Eagles are down, but not out.
Yep. You got to love what's going on. Offensively, these guys will not quit. I mean, they're pretty much just It's almost like that St. Louis Rams team back in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
The greatest show on turf.
The greatest show on turf. That's exactly right. Those guys, they couldn't be stopped offensively. That's what made them so good.
Even if they started flat, you better keep scoring because they definitely will.
Yeah, you have to keep scoring. And I think what Fall City right now, like they have to keep scoring because if they let off the gas right now, Eldorado will just they'll come back and they'll just run out an all-out air raid on them, and it'll be a completely different ball game. So
16-point game.
16. Okay.
Just 2 scores.
It's 2 scores.
Yep.
That's right where we need to be, gentlemen. Right where the Eagles need to be. So, all right. Trammell,
Third down.
Do we have something to go to?
Third down alert. Yep, third down for Fall City, but it's only 3rd and 1. So don't want to get your hopes up too high because that's just Fall City's forte. Right here, quarterback keeper. Or no, he's actually going to hand that to the fullback or running back there. Excuse me, guys. Hands it off to the running back. He's going to barrel his way in there. He's going to get about 5, not just 1.
Churning those legs, man.
Gets all the way to the other side of the 50.
That just looks like Fall City's game, what they're going to play the entire – even down the stretch, it's –
Well, it's just like that Tascosa team.
Physical football like that.
They want time to run the entire time because they know that Eldorado only takes 30 seconds to score. So they want to waste as much time as possible.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, Trammell. All right, so it is 42-26 from Cedar Park, Texas. It's still an exciting football game. We saw Eldorado chew up about less than a minute of clock time in their last scoring drive.
It was a one-play drive, wasn't it?
It seemed like that. They're incredibly quick in which they can and how fast that they can score. But right now, you got to get a stop, got to get a turnover. Something of that capacity has to happen if they want to keep their season alive. And that's the name of the game right now. So we'll kind of see what transpires here as Fall City continues to drive the football. Matt Trammell, do we anything to go to right now?
Yeah, we've got a good play from the Eldorado defense. They're making plays. They're not giving up. The defense is holding them. Let's see right here. Just a good example of it. Fullback dive, but it goes absolutely nowhere.
Okay.
Might have been close to the sticks. There's a lot of people pointing after the end of this. So we'll have to see what happens.
Okay, so hey, that's a good looking stop right there. Kind of what what they truly needed to kind of get things moving.
My only problem with this is it's on the wrong side of the 50, so you know they're going to go for it on fourth down.
No, you're exactly right. Exactly right. All right, so let's come back to the death. Trammell, I think there's another one ready to kind of be locked and loaded. Whenever you're ready, sir. So 42-26. That's updated score right now. They're in the third quarter of play.
About 2:32 left. We're about to go to a play. We're 2nd down and 3. Ball's on about the 37-yard line. Quarterback keeper, he's going to the right side, but he gets wrapped up by the Eagle defender right there.
Santiago Hernandez.
All right, coming off the edge right
Santi.
there. And tackling him. We'll have to see what that ends up looking like.
That's a good-looking defensive play right there.
Yeah, it is.
And that's exactly how they need to approach him with that.
It was 2nd and 3. It doesn't even look like he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
No. So we've seen Eldorado's defense go up high, trying to tackle high so much in this first half. Here's Santiago Hernandez with the tackle, with just putting on a clinic on how to tackle this guy. You bring him down low.
So it started at about the 34, and it ended up about the 34 as well.
Solid play right there. So, all right, we'll keep you updated in this one. It is 42-26 right now here in the third quarter with Fall City driving. We're kind of seeing. It looks like they're just eating up clock.
They're doing exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what they need to do. Chadwick, I mean, thoughts right now as Falls City continues to move the football here?
It's going to come down to whether or not Eldorado can force a takeaway as well as a stop, you know. The offense just got to keep rolling with it. But on the defensive side of the ball, especially as it gets later and later in the third quarter, the Eldorado's defense is going to just get more and more exhausted, and that's the game plan. When you're a running team who thrives on running the ball late into the game, the whole point of your offense is to control time of possession. The longer you keep the defense on the field, the more tired they're going to be in the fourth quarter. So, like, in order to stop that, you have to force a couple 3-and-outs. 3-and-outs are going to be the godsend for your football team if this is the type of running game that you're facing. So, like, you stop a guy for a 1-yard carry on first down and second down, and they're forced to do a 3rd and long. Maybe they can't throw the ball as well, you know? Like, you can't keep getting into these 3rd and short situations.
Right. No, I'm with you on that, Chadwick. I think we're officially at the end of the third quarter of play from Cedar Park, Texas, 42-26.
Yep, just like that, 3 drives.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, Falls City, they haven't punted.
So Falls City pretty much had that ball for 11 minutes in the third quarter. You know what I mean? That's the name of the game. Like, they're playing an absolutely flawless game on the offensive side of the ball.
All right, Trammell, do we have something to go to?
Yeah, we can see that last play of the third quarter here. Eldorado actually makes a pretty good play on it. It was 1st and 10. This is actually going to make it 2nd and 8.
See, right there. One more of those, force a 3rd and long. We need 3rd and longs.
Yep, that's what it's going to be, 2nd and 8 to start the third quarter. Right now they're flipping fields, so we'll be back here in a minute.
Okie doke. All right, so, I mean, it's literally do or die right now as we head into the fourth quarter. Put up them 4s right now because that's exactly what that is heading as we now enter the final quarter of play. All right. In the meantime, let's step aside really quick, and we'll step aside as we get ready to prepare for the fourth and final quarter of play from Cedar Park as Eldorado trails Falls City 42-26.
La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic is here to serve you, providing behavioral health services, adult primary health care, along with school and employment physicals, and so much more. La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic, located at 1610 South Chadburn, offers extended hours Monday through Thursday and Saturday clinic hours from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
All right. La Esperanza, proud presenting sponsor this season, making sure we're taken care of from week 1 all the way to week 14 is what we're in right now. And a ball game is what the Eldorado Eagles are in right now as they trail Falls City 42-26. It's a 2-score ball game. We saw in Eldorado's previous drive that they were able to not only get in the end zone courtesy of Santiago Hernandez, but they were able to convert their first 2-point conversion of the night. So they're making it very interesting. The question is if they can bow up defensively to get back into this ball game. Matt Trammell, this is quite the change of pace from what we saw earlier with Jim Ned and Brock, but overall thoughts right now as we kind of head into this fourth quarter.
It is a little different, but it doesn't seem so, Manny. I mean, it's been high scoring, but it hasn't, just to me, I guess it just hasn't really seemed that Eldorado's really been in this game at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it was just because of what happened at the jump, but what happened from the jump really got them down bad. So they're going to have to get a stop. It's the fourth quarter, so it's basically an 100% do or die.
Yeah, do or die. That's exactly right, Trammell. All right, do we have something to go to, Trammell?
Yeah, let's go first play of the fourth quarter here.
Let's see. All right, we'll get that ready to go.
This is what they're going to keep doing. They've done it all game long. Quarterback run. And because this is why. He just barrels his way through. It takes 4 Eldorado defenders to take him down right there, Manny. He takes him, look, 1 on the leg, 1 on his other leg, 1 in the head, and 1 in the body.
Man, Eldorado just can't catch a break right now with this QB1.
No, he's high stepping in there. He's been taught how to run pretty good, and that's how you do. You just keep your knees high, keep your head low, and just keep on barreling all the way through there.
Yeah, that's goodness gracious. All right.
And at some point, I mean, what do you even do, right? Like, do you start sitting 10 guys in the box?
Load up yeah.
Like,
yeah, so he can scorch you. And also, remember, he's a lefty.
I know.
So when he's throwing it, it ain't what you're used to getting hit
yeah.
with.
He's a very unique quarterback, to say the least. All right, as we come back to the desk. All right, 42-26. Falls City making it interesting. And it looks like Falls City, Eldorado fans, well, let's just let the tape do the talking here.
We just talked about him. This quarterback does a lot of different things. And one of those things is run the football. Here he is again, barreling his way in there, and he's going to score. Going to bring this thing to 50 points. 50 burger.
Oh, does that mean they went for 2?
Went for 2 and got it.
Wow, so they're tired of Eldorado hanging around. They're like, all right, we just score 8 every time. Ain't going to matter what you do.
They're literally going for the knockout punch with that. So, goodness gracious. Eldorado, I mean, they need a stop. They need something.
If you want to know what one of the big problems is here, I want you just to keep your eyes on the right side of this offensive line. Boom. 1 pancake, 2 right over the top of one. This is what I call a double stack.
A 2x2x2.
This is the IHOP Grand Slam right here. We're stacking pancakes right here.
Yeah.
And the size difference is just insane,
yeah,
too.
those are some big old boys there.
Like, yes, I say weight room's everything, but like at the end of the day, if you're a big old boy, people are going to move when you push them.
There you go.
Yep.
Touchdown, Falls City Beavers.
Updated score, Trammell.
50-26 got the 2-point. We can watch the 2-point if you want to. It's more of the same.
We'll take a pass on that one there.
This reminds me of those old school Oklahoma teams when Tech was still running the air raid back in the day.
Yeah.
11 minutes left.
Oh, that was so frustrating just watching them run the ball down our throat the entire game, and we couldn't stop them
Which
ever.
one? The LSU one?
No, just the old school OU.
Old school OU.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking like pre-Baker Mayfield, like Landry
I thought you were
Jones.
talking about when Texas Tech played LSU that one bowl game.
Oh, I mean, they did that there too.
that was about
yeah, Blake Bell.
Yeah.
Even before that, Adrian Peterson,
Oh, man, yeah.
DeMarco Murray.
Woo.
Yeah,
They were recruiting running backs galore to Norman. Those guys were fun. If you're a Texas fan or if you're a Tech fan, it wasn't so much
No,
fun
it
to
wasn't.
watch.
It wasn't fun to watch. Half the size couldn't stop them.
Yeah.
You're just scratching your head the entire time.
Trammell, we got something new to see.
Yep.
All right, so hopefully this will cheer us up.
Covarrubias, he likes to throw the deep ball, guys.
Chicks dig the long ball.
But sometimes those are just a little bit risky. Throws it, underthrows him just a little bit. Interception. Tackle on the 35-yard line. Falls City gets the ball back just like that.
And what we call right there is that nail in the coffin. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, Manny, can you switch me?
Oh, my bad.
No,
live by the sword, die by the sword there.
It just killed itself.
Okay.
It just threw an interception itself.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate to see.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's what you risk when you throw the ball. It can go one of two ways there, So, 3 outcomes when you throw the ball. 2 of them are bad. That's what I meant. So, incomplete or interception there,
Let's guys, that's so true, though. So true. Let's take one last look at that there because, I mean, this could be the knife in the coffin here.
Throws it deep and just a little bit underthrown, just a little bit off target. Does not look good to be an Eldorado Eagle right about now.
No, it does not.
All right. Well, Covarrubias now has 2 interceptions tonight. He's got, what is that? I think he's got 3 or 4 touchdowns on the night with 2 interceptions. One was during a Hail Mary attempt to end the second half or the first half. But this one right here, this is just a desperation ball, just trying to keep his team in it. Falls City's going to take over. Which,
if you think about it, is the same thing as a Hail Mary in that situation.
Yeah.
Like you start getting desperate, you got to get points quick. You don't want to waste any time on the clock. You need to eat up as much field as possible. You're just going to chunk it. And especially at these guys at the high school level, I mean, shoot, even up to the pro level, but especially at the high school level, this is when you see those young quarterbacks get a little, flustered. They try to put too much on their shoulders, and that's when you see interceptions like this.
Yeah. It's garbage time.
Yep, it's straight up garbage time.
Yep, that's what it's turning into. That's what it's looking like. Well, it is Trammell. Can you score us? Can you? What is it? 50.
Still 50 to 26.
50 to 26.
When the interception happened, there was a little less than 11 minutes left, so we're probably running under 10 at this point.
Okay, so things aren't going Eldorado's way right now, but at least it's been a ball game, to say the least. For the most part of this football game, Eldorado's just they just caught just a bad break, so to speak. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's see. Trammell, do we have something else to look at real quick?
Yeah, well, Falls City's just driving. We can check it out.
Okay, so looks like these guys are just on the move once again.
Yeah, they took three downs on that last set of chains. On this one, though, they're already barreling through. Wait for it. Bouncer. Woo! Falls in there at the last second. Kind of got lost there. Camera kind of got lost, but you just kind of see him fly in through here in about a second. There he is.
Yeah.
Going to get all the way past 45, maybe about the 42. So that's just a big run right there. They're killing time. And that's what Eldorado is needing, is time. They're down by 3 scores now. They go down to 4 scores here. It may be too much.
And do we have an update on how much time is left?
When he threw the interception, there was about 11 minutes, so I'd assume probably anything under 10.
All right, so let's come back to the desk. It's 50 to 26. Falls City leading Eldorado. We welcome in, the man, the myth, the legend, James Bellini. He's been on the road with us. Been on the road this afternoon following Brock and Jim Ned. Bellini, what's good, my man?
That game kind of turned out like this game. Brock just put it on them. 70 to 25, and one of them was a scoop and score with the second team out there. The Brock second team.
So even worse.
Yeah, that it was
not a good showing from the Jim Indians.
And at the end of the game, it was very sportsmanlike. Fanning brought everybody in, and they prayed, and then when they separated, and I talked to Coach Mathis about taking over there in Brock. He goes, man, they've had this on their locker room for a year. They said this is a revenge game, and they were coming back, and they were going to take it. And that Nathan J. Jones guy is as advertised. He's a beast.
Yeah. We'll get your thoughts on that here in a bit. In the meantime, let's go back to Cedar Park.
4th down, Manny. That's right, the Eldorado Eagles, they've got a 4th down. But, hey, 4th and 1, like we've seen over and over and over again tonight. That's exactly what Falls Creek loves to do. Here, hand it to the running back. Get your 2 yards. Same play as last time. He only needed 2. He got 3. First down, Beavers.
Yep. And if you can't keep these guys in 3rd and 4th and long situations, you can't stop them. And if you can't stop them, more time comes off that clock.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
3 yards, 40 seconds.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I mean, think about it. That first half took, almost a little bit over an hour and a half?
Yeah.
This second half has taken 30 minutes.
Yeah. When they were going the other way, you could see the clock, and they were going all the way down past 10 seconds. So at least 30 seconds for every play.
Looks like we just got an update. What is it? 5 minutes and 27 seconds left.
All right.
Rock Springs did that to them. They'd huddle up every play and run that clock.
Yeah.
And that's how they I mean, Eldorado did end up running away with that one. But Eldorado can score in a heartbeat, you know. It takes one slip of coverage, and Eldorado could
I would be interested to see what the actual time of possession was tonight, because with 12-4 is 48 minutes. I guarantee you Falls Creek probably had over 30 minutes.
Well, think about it like this. Like in the third quarter, Eldorado literally had it for about 40 seconds.
And they threw the deep ball and scored. Right?
Like
that's all they do.
There was 3 drives in that entire third quarter.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't. You got to take some time off the clock.
Yeah, but at the same time, these are the same guys playing on offense that they are on defense. Can you imagine how tired these Eldorado guys are?
Right on.
Yeah, and and if we look at it, gentlemen, this is exactly what happened to Odessa Permian last Saturday. Offensively, they were scoring, they were doing what they needed to do, with the exception of the third quarter. But defensively, they were so worn out after all these long extended drives from Euless Trinity. And that's exactly what Falls City is doing to Eldorado tonight. They're extending these drives. They're making things very difficult. So whenever they get the football, I mean, they're tired. They're exhausted, as they should be. I mean, you just gave it all you got on defense, and here you're having to do it all over again. I mean,
right? You're like, okay, let's go score another 30 seconds so I can get back to getting my butt whooped again.
Exactly. Exactly right. Trammell, what do we got? Do we got something to go to?
Yep, 2nd down and 2. We are in the red zone officially. Here it is. They needed 2. Give it to the running back. He'll get you about 8. So now they are almost at the 10-yard line. Keep
another long drive.
Yep. That's. I don't know if there's a way to explain this now. I mean,
this is straight up textbook running game. You know what I mean? Like, if this is the style of offenses you're going to run, you can't ask for a better outcome.
This is that 4 yards a carry is a good play.
These guys, and shoot, I think they're averaging even more than that. But none of the runs are huge. I think the longest run tonight from them is 17 yards.
Yeah, I think their quarterback broke open a big one for about 30. But other than that, for a running back, no, I don't think anything bigger than about 25 yards.
This straight up looks like a Navy game when they play the bigger schools like Notre Dame and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just because Navy runs that triple option. Just 3 yards here, 5 yards there. Going to win the time of possession. And if we have any chance to win the game at all, it's going to be at the end of the game when you're so tired you can't move.
And that's a very it's an old school way of playing football.
Yeah.
But still, I mean,
if it works.
Yeah, I mean the power, the strength, that will, as we're seeing, it's taking over the finesse of the spread offense, and I mean we're seeing size kind of really take its toll tonight on this Eldorado Eagle team, and that's what John Long said. When I spoke with him on Tuesday, he said they're just big, and they're big old boys, and that's what they have on them. So. That's kind of what we're seeing.
All right, so
I'm not sure what else we can say.
Here we go. Here's a cool little stat for you. All right, the game started at 7:00. The first half is over at 8:08. Okay, the second half started at 8:34. It is currently 9:11. So
that's like a 20-minute difference right there.
Yeah, 20-minute difference, and this thing is winding down.
Yep.
So
that was that third quarter in the last Central game there at Shotwell. I think that whole quarter took 16 minutes. I mean,
they just the ball just never stopped, or the clock never stopped running.
Yeah.
That one was another one of those that was really hard to watch.
Yeah.
Why do I keep covering these games with y'all? I just cover blowouts, Manny. What's going on?
It seems that's all we do.
Hey, I had a blowout today, man.
It seems that's all we do
Bellini
here.
got the blowout of the year.
Which was just an impressive deal,
Yeah.
And if you talk about big kids walking down that sideline with all those Brock kids, they're all
they're
big,
6 foot plus,
and they're right outside Weatherford, and they can get right all involved in all those off-season programs, and they stick together as a team.
Well, I've always heard, and a good buddy of mine that's from Weatherford, he always said, if kids can't make it in Weatherford, well, go down the road to Brock, Texas. And there you are, Class 3A Division I, going from 6As to the. And we saw Billy Mathis, Weatherford. I mean, the Brock head coach. He's been at Weatherford for a few years now, coming in from Azle, and now he's in Brock. So he's got to, maybe doing the same thing
Right.
there, so to speak.
And the funny thing about Brock is they've always kind of been like that, that they all have the same kind of, profile. They're all pretty big guys, and, they all stick together and whatnot. Like we had a bit of a rivalry going to church camp when I was growing up. It was always all the Central guys versus all the Brock guys at church camp, right? And of course, I mean, when we played anything besides football, they whooped us because they were huge, you know. In football, we still took them, don't worry. But we had to do the 6A boys proud.
All right, Trammell, do we have an updated highlight that we can look at?
Yeah, we're knocking on the goal line, and here's a positive thing. If you're an Eagle, that might pique your interest. All right, no turnover. I'm not gonna say anything like that. They don't score. They get all the way to the 2-yard line, but holding on Falls City. So looks like it's gonna be on the 12-yard line instead.
So this is kind of what we were saying. This is the stuff that we needed from the beginning. You put them in the long yardage situations, make that quarterback throw the ball.
Get it behind the sticks.
Yeah, I wonder where that hold actually came from. Let's see if we can find it. Maybe 77. Yeah, 77 held right there. That's where they got him. So it's going to be 4th and 7. There's only 30 seconds left, though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Where did the time go? I swear there was just 5 minutes left, right?
Yeah, when this drive started, that's a 3. Yeah.
And a matter of
that's
fact,
actually
that's game.
That's game.
That's game.
Wow.
That was a weird ending.
That was how Falls City won the game, just
went out
playing
with the
keep
whimper
away
there.
down the stretch. Your final score tonight, 50 Falls City, Eldorado 26. Eldorado just got beat, with some old school rough and tough football. Falls City just kept it away from them.
Yep.
It was a battle of possession tonight. Eldorado came out with some fantastic scores, but when you're scoring with 60 seconds, 2 minutes, those quick drives, and then you allow the opposition to go the length of the football field, eating up 8, 9.
Yeah, it's demoralizing for your defense.
Yeah, that gets so tough.
And not only is it like demoralizing on your defense, but you got to have your ball players playing the whole time. And if Coverubas only plays for 10 plays because you scored on 6 of them, yeah, sure. You got to have your players on the field.
Yeah, that sounds like a best case scenario for a team like Falls City. They did exactly what they needed to do. Like teams, no matter what the level, whenever the other team has a superstar, a really explosive player, what do they always say? They say, let's keep that guy on the sideline, right? And
can't beat you if you don't have the ball.
Can't beat you if he never plays, So, I mean, that's not a pretty way to win. It's not flashy or stylish, but hey, that's football right there. That's give me your best. I'm going to give you my best, and I'm going to ground you into the dirt. And that's exactly what Falls City did tonight. So
don't like it, stop it.
Yep.
Game plan.
I mean, hats off to them. Like, what a way to win.
Yeah,
But
no,
still
that's exactly right. All right, gentlemen, it's coming to the time of the show where time to wind things down a little bit. We have La Esperanza play the game to get to. Do we have any takers on what we should do to play the game tonight?
Well, there's a lot to choose from.
Well, I'm thinking right before halftime, or was it right after halftime? I can't remember. When number 2, who was number 2?
Oh, Santiago Hernandez.
Yep. When he basically caught that ball, looked like he was going to get tackled, but nope, he just outran everybody. So that's one of my nominations for the night.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Trammell, I tell you what, if you could find us a Santiago Hernandez touchdown, I think that's probably good enough for what we're trying to achieve tonight with La Esperanza. But I mean, tonight it was what it was, 50-26. But I think we have to, tip our hat off to the Eldorado Eagles, tip our hat off to John Long and that Eagle program, because, I mean, it was a hell of a season. Cristobal kind of gave them a taste of their own medicine as to what they were doing to the rest of Texas. Beating teams left and right. But after that, it just seemed like they just put it all together. and they became, even before that, they were fun to watch. Corbin and Covarrubias, whenever they hung up, over 70 points against Wink?
Yep.
That was one of the funnest games that we saw this entire season.
We were talking about him chasing records and stuff, too, you know what I mean?
He was
Eldorado, 3A school is one of the most exciting schools in Texas to watch, so.
Who would have thought?
And what is it at this point? There's 16 teams right now playing?
Yeah.
Across both divisions?
Right.
You're one of the top 16 teams in the state. You made it to that point.
Exactly.
You got to that point. That's impressive all in itself.
Boom. Yeah, no, you're exactly right, Bellini. All right. In the meantime, let's see. Let's get you ready for our La Esperanza Play the Game right after this.
La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic is here to serve you, providing behavioral health services, adult primary health care, along with school and employment physicals, and so much more. La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic, located at 1610 South Chadburn, offers extended hours Monday through Thursday and Saturday clinic hours from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Although Eldorado did not win the football game, they were the winner of the La Esperanza Play of the Game. It's running back Santiago Hernandez running out of the backfield on a wheel route. He catches it about the opposite 45 and runs it all the way. It's going to be a 75-yard touchdown and the La Esperanza Play of the Game.
Man, what a fun play to watch. And this is the backyard football that they've been giving us all season long. And those guys, they did that to perfection. If only they had a little defense with them tonight, this game was likely going to be very, very different.
I'm telling y'all just remind me of talking about Texas Tech. If only they had a little bit of defense, they could have won that game.
Oh, man, yeah. We'll bring in, let's see, we have
Raider Red.
Oh, Raider Red.
Over here, so... Yep, that is our La Esperanza Play the Game. And, folks, yeah, we can chalk that up to the old Red Raiders. Never much fun to watch on defense, but offense, yeah, they got it going on. So, there we are. All right, gentlemen, before we kind of get ready to wrap things up, it's been a lot of fun tonight. I know another West Texas team, another one bites the dust. It's... These guys, it's like they're working with the last. It's like the last of the Mohegans, Right now, Water Valley is going to be one of the last teams left. I know Brady is right now squaring off against Lubbock Roosevelt. Sterling City is battling Westbrook right now. We're seeing a final with Brady and Lubbock Roosevelt. Looks like the Roosevelt Eagles just had their way with Brady tonight. 50-7 from the Mustang Bowl in Sweetwater. So that one, not very much fun to watch. But congratulations to the Brady Bulldogs. Fantastic season. I don't think that they were picked to go this far. So congrats to them. Hats off to them in that aspect.
That would have been a rough trip for me today.
Yeah, so speaking of that, so James Bellini, he's been our boots on the ground, wheels on the ground. We sent him all over West Texas, all over the state of Texas for that matter. Our plan today was to maybe start him in Brownwood with Brock and Jim Ned, and then have him cruise up I-20 and then make his way west to Sweetwater for Brady and Lubbock Roosevelt. Bellini, that would have been one hell of a day.
Yeah, well, it was better planned than the one I had last week where I would drive down to Cedar Park and then back over. But, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got to talk to the coaches, Matt Fanning and Billy Mathis. They both seem to have a lot of respect for each other, and those are two great schools. And shout out to the Fry family. They're a good family out there who I know and got to talk to a little bit about the game after the game, and they're just good people.
Yeah.
I had to go talk to them for a little bit.
Good deal there. So, yeah, we've had it's been fun. It's been real there.
Oh no, Manny.
All right, Trammell.
Read
my goodness.
Read that.
I'll let you do the honors, Trammell.
Another West Texas team, another Concho Valley team is out. This was our greatest hope for getting us to a state championship for the Concho Valley. But unfortunately, according to Max Preps, the Westbrook Wildcats took down the Sterling City Eagles 60-50. That's a final score. Sterling City Eagles are out of the playoffs.
Defending state champions are out, right?
Yep.
No.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes?
Sterling City
Oh, yeah.
won last year. Yep.
Oh. Well, that stinks.
We lost another one. Water Valley. That's all
Water
our
Valley,
eggs in the
all
Water
under
Valley
pressure,
basket.
But it's all on you.
Don't mess this up.
We're sending the camera crews.
That game's tomorrow at 2, isn't it?
That one is, I believe, tomorrow at 6 o'clock in Robert Lee.
Robert Lee. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
I guess I'll Mad Max it out there.
I live right down the road, so I might just swing on by there.
Yeah.
Get some 6-man action going.
We haven't had much 6-man action this year, have we?
Well,
No, we haven't. In
We're
fact,
getting some
the
tomorrow.
one of the only well, I take that back. Week 1, we saw Sterling City, Garden City. Sterling City powered past, managed to get past Garden City in that one.
have we seen a Water Valley game?
It was a great finish. Yeah, and then we saw Water Valley just throttle very best.
Oh, yeah.
A few weeks back. So, yeah, it's truly up to Water Valley now. I mean, these guys holding it down for the 3-2-5. Hopefully, somebody can come through. Come through, Water Valley. Come through. I know if we're looking to follow somebody from the big country, perhaps the Cisco Lobos. They're still in it. If we really kind of want to start following, if we really kind of want to bring in Brock into this whole thing, we can.
Hey,
Brock
and
has-
you just saw that Lubbock Roosevelt score. We can claim them too, right? Hey, we got
Actually,
Abernathy.
I do have an update on that score. That looks like that was earlier this year, that Sterling City Westbrook game. Right now, it's actually still the fourth quarter. 8 minutes and 52 seconds left was the last update. Westbrook 44, Sterling City 35. But the last update was a Westbrook with a 53-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Oof. Okay.
So it's neck and neck, actually.
Yeah.
Sterling City, you're still in this.
Yep. Come
So
on,
for the
Sterling
fans,
City. I
stay
believe in you.
tuned.
Dude, that Brock team would be fun to watch, man. They were fun to watch tonight. They had Potts went off. I expected Nathan J. Jones to go up, but when you have a 6'4" guy out there, you're watching him.
Right.
And then their running back went off too. Tutter. I asked if his name was Cutter or Tutter. I think they just moved him up from varsity. I talking to the coaches on the sidelines, just couldn't tackle the guy. Just zigzagged around. I think I sent back one where he was back and forth across the field.
Craziness.
Yeah.
I mean, they would be real fun to watch against whoever they play.
They play Whitesboro.
Yeah.
And did they play Whitesboro once?
Yeah, they've
this
already
year
beat them already this season. That was a district game, so this is a rematch.
Well,
and they just blasted them as well.
Well, going up against
Trammell, did you say 44-41?
Last update I had was,
I believe so. I'm watching watching a live update of this game.
okay.
44-41, Westbrook leading Sterling City.
Okay, yeah. I
Wait,
had
so was it-
44-35. So
Was
they must
it
have
Sterling City who
scored.
had the interception?
Yeah. So Westbrook took it back, and that was 44-35.
Man,
so I guess they scored
what
just
a
now.
ball game there.
Wow.
So we'll look for so if Sterling City and I believe Sterling City is in that's they're on one side of the bracket, Water Valley is on the other side of the bracket. So I think there's a way for them to if
Sterling City Water Valley State Championship matchup. That'd be
there
dope.
honestly is. So Water Valley will play May tomorrow night in Robert Lee. May, of course, they reached the state championship game. James Bellini was there. He saw them. That was a fantastic finish for between Sterling City and May.
Watch them get 45. They
Well,
got 45.
That's right. Never mind. So
Yeah. I'd say Sterling
I'd say
City put it to
a
him.
lot of these games they just run together.
but hey,
But no. In all honesty,
players graduated though.
yeah.
People moved on.
Sure. So Water Valley May tomorrow night from Robert Lee. Man, so it's kind of hinging on if you want to consider the Concho Valley, Sterling City in May. Hopefully Sterling City holds on tonight or can manage to continue to mount the comeback, if you will. So with that said. All right, gentlemen, before we kind of end the show tonight, final thoughts. I guess we'll begin with you guys there at the desk. Chadwick?
All right. Hey, Eldorado, heck of a season. Great effort tonight. Fell behind a little too early tonight. So again, like those desperation drives where you had to score quick, kind of worked against y'all a little bit. But hey, what a fun season to watch. Congrats to the coach and the rest of the boys out there. Just take this loss, use it as fuel, grow, move on, come back stronger next year, you know. And, like, I know that y'all are losing some of your seniors this year, including the Covarrubias, right? Mm-hmm. The quarterback, yeah. So, I mean, just find a way to keep doing what y'all do, and y'all be just fine. But, yeah, hey, heck of a season, and it was fun to watch.
All right. Trammell, we'll go to you, Bellini, next. So, Trammell,
right.
what you got?
Yeah, I'll kind of go off that. You know, I've been rocking with those boys the whole entire year. I picked y'all against Cristobal. I picked y'all basically every single week. I don't think I've ever picked against you guys. So I was rocking with y'all till the very end. If there's any, big time coaches out here listening that need a quarterback next year, there is a dang good one in Eldorado, Texas. This kid can throw the ball. This kid can run the ball. I've seen him running and not set his feet and throw it from the 30 and throw it to the opposite 30. I've seen him do it in a game. He's an incredible player. He's probably got a big future somewhere, but there's still more Covarrubias in Eldorado, so be ready. It's not going to end after this year.
There's one more left. There's a Corey Covarrubias, and I believe he's 4 or 5 years old.
Well, they have, but his cousin's on the team too.
Well, yeah, there's a Jason Covarrubias. He's right. I think he's right behind Corbin. But as far as Corbin, he has a little brother. I believe he's 4 or 5. So what's that? If we give or take 10 more years.
10 years.
Cover one in the future.
Yeah, it's we have to wait. We have to wait 10 more years.
We'll probably have flying cars by then.
Yeah, we'll have something figured out.
Yeah.
In the meantime, James Bellini, final thoughts.
Hey, you talk about 10 years down the future. 10 years ago, I was filming those kids at Cristobal who played, and that South Lake team came here and played 10 years ago as flag football teams. Yeah, I really did like John Longhole. I think he's a good coach, and I loved the talk from Cooper Metter. I love that he heard us and talked and watched the show, and I love they watched the show, and I love they talked to us. And I know this isn't the way you want to go out, but you still had to be there. And as far as Brock and Jim Ned go, that's another one where you wish it had been different. I was looking for more of a game because that was 1 and 2, but Brock just brought it and took it to him. And you got to watch out for them Brownwood Lions in the near future, because they have a group of kids coming up that I've been watching and filming, and they might be pretty damn good.
Right on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. We're not on television.
Yeah,
bring that Shipley's back.
That's the beauty of that.
Right.
Bellini, there's high school kids watching.
I tell you what, this Eldorado team, these are. I think they've come so long, and I think they've got a taste of winning. They haven't had this in a very long time. It started kind of somewhat with Corbin's older brother Kevin. He was part of a group that kind of got that momentum started there in Sliker County, and they've kind of just continued this thing. John Long, he comes from winning pedigree. I love the way he coaches there. Unfortunate how things turned out tonight, but man, I think he's on to something. And certainly that district, Cristobal's not going anywhere. It's Eldorado Cristobal. That matchup will I think that's down the road. We'll have to see what happens in realignment time come in January, because things are going to get interesting there as more and more people move out to Cristobal. They're not accepting transfers anymore because they're wanting people to grow in that community there. So we could be seeing Cristobal move up to Class 3A Division or Class 2A Division 1, perhaps Class 3A Division 2. Sonora, their enrollment is shrinking as well, so perhaps maybe Cristobal, Sonora, Ozona, Mason, all in the same district. If I had to rub a crystal ball, that's what I would think. But we shall see in January, and the football landscape in 2022 could rapidly change. With that said, all right. Well, it's been fun. It's been real. We're gonna find you some football next week, folks. That is for sure. I think we all say. I think it's gentlemen. What do we think? What are we thinking for next week? Whether I guess it just depends on Sterling City, Water Valley.
Pretty much, yeah.
Brock,
Brock.
Shoot, I wouldn't mind going.
I'm
to
down to
Brock
go.
Game.
Yeah, we could just ride with Brock. They're going to win the state anyways. Unless we
I mean,
put our
this
juice
game
on
was
them, and then
pretty
they'll get
much-
blown out next week by 50.
Right. Hey, if I'm there, they're getting blown out. So,
Dude, this game was basically a state championship game here. You know.
hey, send me to
These
watch
are two
South Lake
great
Carroll.
teams.
Maybe they need to get blown out.
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
mean,
mad about that game.
Yeah, they left a sour taste in our mouth in that one there.
I feel like they always leave a sour taste in my mouth whenever they play West Texas teams.
Yeah, they just have a tendency to do that. All right. Well, guys, it's been fun hanging out with everyone tonight. We hope that you have enjoyed this special broadcast of Eldorado Falls City, and we hope that you continue to watch us the rest of the season because there's still some good football out there. We're going to find it for you. But until then, it's been fun. It's been real for James Bellini, Ryan Chadwick, and Matt Trammell. Of course, our boots on the ground in Austin, Sean Morrow. Good night. God bless. And we will see you in the regional final round. Good night.
Who say they want it? Who say they ready? See, you might not like it, but you gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas.